Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I will be playing Forza Motorsports. In this video I'll be doing the Builders Cup, which is the first set of races the game throws you into. I'll be doing this cup in the 2012 John Cooper Works GP Mini. I chose this because I'm British. Actually, I chose the car because it's small, lightweight, and if you put any upgrades on it, it will make it into a rocket. The first upgrades I put on the car was a new exhaust and a reinforced chassis and roll cage. And for the looks, I put some BBSs on it. I lost the footage of me putting the upgrades on. The one rule I set myself for this video was that I would always start in last and just deal with the outcome. The rest of Laguna Seca wasn't much of a battle. Here's a lot of me overtaking and then me winning the race and getting a 154, which I thought was very impressive. I had a new transmission, new oil and cooling system, and a sports air filter to increase my acceleration. I didn't really make any progress in the first lap, only really advanced into 22nd, but by the second lap I managed to push up to 15th after I complained about there being no room to overtake. But I shortly paid for moving up the grid by moving back down to 20th. In lap 3 I almost get pit maneuvered and get shoved back into 18th. Just after that I cut a corner and tapped a Mini and a Golf and receive a 2.5 second time penalty. Nothing interesting happens in the last lap of the race. I placed third, but because of the time penalty I actually placed 6th, and then my game crashes, and then after I boot up I buy new upgrades, which is a new intercooler and a new sports displacement kit. Watkins Glen International. I am not going to lie, I hated this race. I couldn't get new tyres, so turning on the wet was practically impossible. As usual, I make no places in the grid, and at the end of the straight section, a Golf player decides to pit maneuver me and slam us both into a wall, and then I have to really put my foot down so I can catch up. I catch up, and by lap 3 I make it up to 17th, and as I'm about to do a double overtake, this happens. This annoyed me so much that I restarted. second attempt, I got around the track with little to no problems at all. I managed to hit 9th in the third lap, and then the rain really started to be heavy, and I had to really concentrate. And eventually, I managed to shoot him to first, even though I do pick up a 5-second time penalty. I didn't add any upgrades afterwards because I wanted to save us some decent tyres for the final race. This race was a lot better than the previous races you have seen so far. I got into 16th on the second lap and took a half-second penalty for a small collision. As I work my way up the grid through lap 2 and into lap 3, I gained first place. In lap 4, I did momentarily lose it because I took a corner too wide and I took another penalty. But to be honest, nothing interesting happens in this race, and it was probably one of the easiest races I've done in this cup so far. The only other interesting thing that happens is that I accidentally hit the rewind button just before the finish line, so I got to re-experience that. For the final race in this cup, I bought some sport compound tyres, a new flywheel and some valve upgrades. With those upgrades, my car moved up to B class. The final track of the Builders Cup is the Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, and off the bat I could tell the grip on the new tyres is a lot better than the standard ones I was using. Early on, I get pitted by an Audi and consider restarting, but I unpause and get back into it and get pushed into 23rd. I could have restarted, but it would have been pointless. But just further up this lap, I used some interesting tactics to get back into the race, even though it cost me a 2.5 second penalty. By the second lap, I pushed into 7th, and at the start of the third lap, I pushed into 1st. But I was worried that because of my time penalty, I would get placed lower after the race, so I knew I had to put my foot down to make up for it. In the third lap, I go off the track in the first corner because I was too cocky with my speed. I get pushed down into third, but in one slingshot move and a little collision, I take first again, and I manage to do somewhat of a clean lap for my final lap, and not only just win the race, but win the cup. I would like to thank everyone who has made it this far into the video, and if you could like and subscribe, it would help out a lot. For the next video, I'll be doing the featured cup, and I'll be trying to do that in just one car to see how far I can get in it, because it would be hilarious if you could see like a Nissan Pulsar racing like a Bugatti or something. But yeah, I know that this video has been a bit all over the place, but I really appreciate your patience, and I hope to see you in the next one.